Hello all and welcome back to a new video. In this video, we will talk about crypto, bear market, bull market, scams, and how I have been through this bear market period and of course, what the plan is for the next period. The last 2 years have been very tough from an investment point of view, especially for someone like me who hasn't experienced a bull market and then a bear market, and seeing your portfolio drop by over 90% is not easy at all. During this time, I've seen many people who preferred to exit the market at a loss just to get out of the market because you need a very strong stomach to withstand such drops. Especially when you're a beginner, like I was, and had the false impression that the market would continue to rise. It's normal for a beginner to believe this because usually beginners, like me, don't understand how the economy and investments work, and that after every all-time high, most of the time there are declines. I learned these things in this bear market, and I can say that I'm extremely excited to put them into practice. I want to remind you that I entered the crypto market in 2008, and even though I have some experience in this market, I've learned a lot in recent years, but that doesn't give me the power to give you financial advice. So whatever you hear in this video is not financial advice, but rather what I have done throughout this time. When I decided to enter this market, the market was near new highs. But even so, I decided to enter because I didn't understand how this system works. The first realization I made and will share with you is that I promised myself not to buy anything when that asset is in the green, even if it's 1 or 2%. I prefer to buy when that asset is in the red and in a small correction. This helped me a lot because when I was doing DCA and saw that I was buying now and in the next days, that asset took of 20, 30%, it wasn't easy at all. But I had one more extremely important thing that made me continue to invest in this market after 99% of my acquaintances not only stopped investing, but also began to tell me that I was stupid to still invest. In a few words, after my portfolio dropped by over 90%, I understood that I missed a very good opportunity to multiply my money, but even so, I didn't panic. And I said that the most useful thing I could do was to buy certain coins when they were down. And so in the last 2 years, weekly, I accumulated more coins with which I am in profit at this moment with a 3x. In my mind, it was simple after I understood that any asset has both increases and decreases. And if you know how to interpret the market, you can multiply your money. And here I don't necessarily mean to do day trading. I don't consider myself a trader, but rather a medium and long-term investor. I learned that just as you do DCA on declines, you can also do DCA out on rises. I know many say they buy at the bottom and sell at the top, but the chances of doing this repeatedly are very small. It might work once, but later you'll see these investments as a casino, and that's very detrimental because that's how most people lose money. Right now, I'm extremely satisfied with the accumulations I've made in the last 2 years, and I'm extremely comfortable. But at this moment, I'm starting to make my strategy for the next bear market. As I said in the previous videos, from bear, now I'm preparing for bull. Just as I say now that I'm preparing for bear, in what sense? This helped me after experiencing my first bull and seeing how my investments made a 5x and I entered late, and then they dropped by over 90%. Now I know exactly what to do. And for you to understand me better, I'll give you a concrete example where I let many money pass me by just because I didn't have the necessary knowledge at that moment. When I entered the market, I entered EGLD, the coin of MVX, and I bought somewhere between 120 and 150 per coin. Not long after, MVX hit an all-time high and exceeded 450 pounds, and what do you think? I didn't sell anything. At that moment, I had a long-term and very long-term investor mindset. I talked more about this in the videos on this channel, but after the market dropped by over 90%, I understood how much I could have multiplied my money if I sold at least some of those coins at the all-time high, and later when it dropped below 30 pounds, to reaccumulate or reinvest in something else. But given the fact that at that time I didn't have this knowledge, I didn't do that, and I missed a train. But it's okay. Another thing I want you to understand is not to try to do anything after you missed a train, because others will come. The same goes for me. Even though in the later bull market, I didn't sell anything. Now that I have more experience, of course, I won't repeat this mistake, and I'll start selling when the coins I've invested in hit the targets I've set. Besides all this information, You also need a well-thought-out plan that you then strictly follow. Because if you don't, you have a good chance of losing a lot of money and you'll be like a leaf in the wind. Now let's talk a little about the current bull market. Well, now when I'm filming this video, even though we're almost at an all-time high with BTC, I consider that the bull market has just started. And if you're wondering, yes, I still haven't sold anything, and I'm still waiting patiently, but when I receive the appropriate signals, I will start selling. And as I said a few moments ago, DCA out, you don't have to sell everything at once, just as you don't have to buy everything at once. I made this mistake of buying with all my money a certain asset, and later that asset took a 40%. Of course, I didn't feel good, but I managed to control my emotions because I had a well-thought-out plan.
The same goes for DCA out. You don't want to sell everything at once and then see that the price goes up by another 30–40% because it will be very hard to digest. For that reason, I tell you that DCA out is the best, as long as you do it. I made the mistake, if I can call it that, some time ago, and of course I don't want to repeat it, and I would like you not to do it either if you're new to this world or if you've done it in the past, not to repeat it. Before I conclude this video, I want to sound an alarm signal about security. If you've been following me for some time, I've told you that over 5K in NFTs were stolen from me, as well as some coins I bought in pre-sale, just because I opened an email I shouldn't have opened. So I experienced this unpleasant side, and I want to send you this alarm signal, especially to those newer here. Be very careful, because when the real bull market starts, scammers will try in any way to steal your money. For that reason, I recommend you to keep your assets on a hard wallet, like Ledger. In description, you will find a link from where you can take your on Ledger. Moreover, now with AI, you can very easily create scams that people will fall for. For that reason, I want you, the one who follows me, to be very careful what links and emails you open, because if you don't, you have a very good chance of losing all your money or NFTs or whatever you have in your wallet. Guys, we've reached the end. I thank all of you who have followed me, and I'm very curious to know when you entered crypto, if you made a profit or not, so let me know in the comment section. Until next time. If you liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe, in case you haven't done it until now. I wish you all the best and stay safe.